also wanted to give a shout out to Driven Auto Sales who sold me this car. The salesman was Troy. This is in Burbank, Illinois. Um, he was very quick with everything. I was in and out of that place. I got what I wanted for my trade, and there was no issues whatsoever. And so I was very happy with the service. And you know, it's not like a regular, like a Dodge or Ford or Chevy dealer. And you know, sometimes you could be skeptical of those, but um, a lot of high end cars there, and they know what they're doing there. Everybody there, the whole staff was good. So I just wanted to say that because I told them I was going to do it, and keep forgetting to mention it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I'm going to take the car on a trip today. I got somebody asked me, I had parts I was selling. They asked if I would deliver them, and I'm like, you know, that's within the range of this car without having to charge it. Um, it's about 200 and some miles round trip, so on a full charge, it's obviously no problem for this car. So we're gonna give that a shot. I got 100% charge. I got to run to Michigan and back, and we're gonna see how this thing does. Again, it's a 21, about 37,000 miles on it, and let's hit the road. And we're off. So I have the tires at the recommended tire pressure. They were about 5 pounds low from spec, and I got it preconditioned, so this is going to be the best we can get out of it. So my trip is telling me it's 101 miles from where I'm at, and I should get there at about 62%. So I should have no problem getting there and back. I don't plan on driving 80, 90 miles an hour. I'm just going to take my time, probably 60, 70. Alright, so we are, according to this, about halfway there. It's now saying I'm going to have 65% left. Cruise is set at 75. This car does pretty good at higher speeds with range, so I decided to bump it up. And according to this, I am 1.8 miles ahead of what the range thought I was going to do, and it's saying that I am going to have 238 miles of range left after I get there. So it's looking pretty good. Alright, so made it all the way up here. 239 is left to go back. And to get back home, it's telling me that I have 37% when I get back home. It's saying the 2 hours because I'm in a different time zone. But that's not bad. Alright, so I am back to the house. 120 miles left. Which was about 10 miles less than what it said when we first left, but I did take a different way back because of traffic, and there was a little aggressive driving, and probably in the 80 mile per hour range. So it's showing a total of 247 miles consumed as far as battery is concerned, which is 42 over the rated, which is what they rate it from the factory, which isn't really that big of a deal. On my Tesla Fi app, which is, it's pretty nice information, but you can look at your trip. So my trip out was, let's see here. So my trip out started at 100%, went down to 66%. I was running at 81% efficiency, so you can get your total mileage you can get based off of that. And the trip back was here, it was 84.6 efficiency, and I had the windows down on this one the whole way back. The other way I had them like halfway. So here at the bottom is the total. So the battery used was 67% for the whole trip, 205 miles, and a total efficiency of 83%. So with a total of 83%, the starting range miles was 369. At 83%, if that's what I was going to get all day, which is what it looked like because nothing was changing for the day, it would go 306 miles, which is pretty darn good for uh, one leg of a trip. And if I had backed it off, it would have got more than that. But I was driving, where we can look at it right here. So right here at the top, you can see that the average miles per hour for the trip out there was 63, and max mile per hour was 76. So I was in between those speeds. And on the way back, I have an average speed of 43 because I did some back road stuff, and a max speed of 87. So that's where we're at with that. So I'm super happy with the range of this car. Um, it's better than the other Model S I had. I mean, not that I was having any issues with that one, but this one just goes a little bit more. Um, I I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, just driving it pretty normal. There's a few times I got into it a little bit with, with another car. Of course, that always happens. So when you do that with this car, it's really not that big of a deal because when you're coasting down, you're regenerating some of that power back anyway. So when you do like a quick blast, you're not losing that much. Now, if you just kept stop go blasting and you're not getting much regen, yeah, it's going to make a difference. Like quarter mile runs. But highway, it's hardly noticeable you're lost. I wouldn't worry about that. But as far as the performance car goes, this thing can get the range, maybe more than one of my E85 cars. And you got the power right there. And if I had to charge, where I went, there was a charger. There was multiple chargers in that area, and a supercharger talking. You could plug in for 5-10 minutes to just give it a bump to get home if you were to be messing around and pulling your battery level down. But I didn't even come close. The car still got 130 or 120 miles left in it, and I don't really have to go anywhere else for today. But if I did, I still could, go out. It's very rare that you're going to leave your house and do a 120-mile trip, round trip. So, yeah, I'm super happy with it. So that settles it for me. And again, I didn't even need to supercharge it again. So with that being said, I guess I could do like a quick review on this. So I've had it for now. I'm going to combine this with the other Model S because the only difference with the Model S Performance, the 2019, and this Plaid is obviously this thing is faster. Like in comparison, if somebody wants to know that this car in sport mode is what the Performance S is in ludicrous mode. So it's actually that much faster when you put it in Plaid. It's crazy. But I know people hate electric, they hate on it, whatever. But for the street, for a street car that you're going to drive, if you want to drive it as a daily, you're not going to beat this. You're just not. Like, and I'm not just talking about there's another car that can't physically be faster than this car, but for driving on the street, you are not going to beat a car that, as is, with stock all season tires, can just hook up and run nines. It's just not going to happen. Not this easily. And you can put it, well, you can drive it in any mode you want. I mean, it's not like you got to put it in chill mode to drive slow. You can leave it in Plaid mode and just not press the pedal as far. But I mean, you're just not going to beat the ease of how quick this car is. And it's not just the speed. Everyone calls it one trick pony. This car corners pretty well. The tech in it is pretty awesome as far as the self-driving and the screen with, they just upgraded to the YouTube music. So any song you want, you just type it in and you're going to play it. There's, it eliminates you needing to hook your phone up to it or link something else. It's all there. You got the YouTube, all this stuff that you want in that screen is there. So you just pretty much have everything all rolled up into one. And then the thing's got a huge amount I just delivered some side steps that fit in the car. You just put the back seat down, the back's a hatch, you just lay it in there. I mean, instead of using my truck and using about $60 worth of gas probably, It's cost me nothing. But you just can't beat the performance for the money, I'm going to say. I forgot to mention, everyone, you have a Plaid, they think, you're rich or something. This is in the 50s now. I got mine for mid 50,000. You buy a CTSV, like my last one was in the 40s, and then you're going to put down, X amount of money to get it to be faster, and you're going to end up spending more money on the other car, and it's still slower. And then you got to worry about, well, will the stock bottom end hold up to what I just did to it, and how long? I mean, they can last for forever, or they can blow in a week. You don't know. So this is built to have this power, and it's warranted. This thing's warranted till almost 2030. So I'm not worried about that as far as the motors and the battery and all that. And the way I switch out cars, I probably won't even have it by then. So who cares? So, but for a fast daily driver, you're just not going to beat this car for the money. You could just spend around $50,000 and have a 9-second car and just be done with it. I mean, everybody is a non-believer until they ride in it. The people talk about the sound, exhaust sounds. The last thing you're thinking of when it's taken off is the exhaust sound. I mean, maybe somebody outside watching it might be thinking that, but when you're riding in it, who cares? And the other day I just was able to try out, well, not able, I was always able, but I just decided to try out track mode because I really don't want to melt my tires, but completely converts this car into fun. I mean, it allows the rear wheels to break loose, and you can drift it or do whatever. It's or you can just hit it from a dead stop, and the back end will kick out a little bit, until you let off of it. So it's a fun car. You just have to know how to set it up. But that's my take on this. So please, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and like, and we will catch you on the next one.